Hello students, welcome to Notebook. What are some of the things you're scared of? Ghosts, lizards, darkness, your maths teacher? We are all afraid of something or the other. Most of us are afraid of the unknown and the unfamiliar. That is why children cry on their first day at school, because they do not know anyone. We also do not go to old, empty houses for the same reason. We do not know who or what we may find inside such houses or places. In Frank Flynn's poem, a child is afraid to go to a shed situated in their garden. He thinks that the shed might be haunted or occupied by ghosts. The poem has 5 stanzas. Stanzas 1 to 3 are of 5 lines each. Stanza 4 is of 6 lines, and stanza 5 has just 1 line. Let's start with the poem. There's a shed at the bottom of our garden with a spider's web hanging across the door. The hinges are rusty and creak in the wind. When I'm in bed, I lie and I listen. I'll open that door one day. There's a dusty old window around at the side with 3 cracked panes of glass. I often think there's someone staring at me each time that I pass. I'll peep through that window one day. In the first 2 stanzas, the child describes an old shed at the bottom of their garden. The shed is situated at the bottom or edge of their garden at a distance from their house. No one visits the shed, so it is dusty and full of cobwebs. The hinges of the shed's door have gathered rust. The wind makes the door creak because it has rusty hinges. The child listens to the creaking sound when he lies on the bed at night. He is afraid of going to the shed, but he does not want to admit his fear. He says he will open the door of the shed one day. The child looks at the 3 cracked glass panes of the shed window from a distance. He feels that someone is staring at him from inside the shed through the broken panes. However, he cannot muster or gather the courage to go near the window and peep inside the shed. He resolves or decides to peep through the window one day. We'll now look at the 3rd, 4th and 5th stanzas of the poem. My brother says there's a ghost in the shed who hides under the rotten floorboards. And if I ever dare to set foot inside, he'll jump out and chop off my head. But I'll take a peek one day. I know that there isn't really a ghost. My brother tells lies to keep the shed for his den. There isn't anyone staring or making strange noises, and the spider has been gone from his web. Since I don't know when, I'll go into that shed one day soon, but not just yet. The child narrator now tells us about his brother and what he has to say about the shed. The brother must be elder to him, so he plays a prank on his younger brother by scaring him about the shed. The brother says that there is a ghost hiding under the floorboards of the shed. The ghost will jump out and cut off the narrator's head if he goes inside the shed. This thought scares the narrator, and he has not been able to set foot inside the shed. However, he hopes to take a look inside the shed soon. In the 5th stanza, the child's rational or logical side takes over his irrational and fearful side. He states that there is no ghost in the shed and nobody inside to make strange and scary noises. It is all in his imagination. His elder brother must be lying to keep him away from the shed by scaring him. That way, he can enjoy his secret activities inside the shed all by himself. He can use the shed as his den or hiding place. The narrator resolves to go to the shed once more. But he knows that he is not prepared to go there at present. He is not courageous enough to visit the shed yet. With that, we come to the end of our video lesson on the shed. Have you seen a cow shed? Or a wood shed? Or a tool shed? A shed is usually a small room that is built away from the main house, in the garden or the courtyard. It is used to store things or to keep animals. Would you like to turn a shed into your den? In that case, what are the things you are going to do inside that shed? Think about it. See you soon in our other videos. Till then, keep learning.